See if we can angle this a bit different. Maybe like that, I don't know. We'll see. Morning and welcome again. Another quick workout. We're gonna do a little bit of kettlebells. Today's ultimately what's classified for me as a rest day. So what that means is no bike. Usually that's traditionally on a Tuesday, usually traditionally after the race on Monday, and then I take Tuesday off, back to things on Wednesday. However, because we just started Trainer Road, which is a cycling training program at the base, they've scheduled the workouts for, I believe it is Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday is kind of the routine that they're going. So I just kind of adjusted my schedule for that. Come winter time, my schedule will adjust again because ZRL will be on Tuesdays as it has been traditionally, and we'll race with the team. And yeah, so, but for now, we'll just switch that in there and switch our day. If I was in the other gym, we would be doing kind of the three main lifts. We would be doing deadlift, squat, and bench today, but I'm not there. So I don't have anywhere remotely close to the weights that I would use for that, nor do I have a squat rack in here. So none of that is happening. I don't even have an Olympic bar in here, to be honest. So, you know, things to work on in the future. It's just when you're assembling a home gym, for me, it's the convenience of having it when I'm not heading out that way. So just having something that I can do at home. It may not be as heavy or effective or a wide variety as there is out there, but at the end of the day, we get some work done. So that's kind of it here. If you do happen to drop into the chat, let me know if the audio's fine. Again, we're testing the roads. We've tested the thumbnail thing, so now we've taken a snapshot. We were able to upload something yesterday, which of course Doom Guy pointed out was not in the video, which it wasn't. Sorry, Doom Guy, the book was not in there. This is it's a workout video, not a book club. Look, I don't know what to tell you, man. So at the end of the day, we're still testing out things. We're still testing out this vertical live feed. I'm not sure if we'll continue doing this after, you know, kind of testing and monkeying around with it for a bit, or we might. It just really kind of depends on you guys and what you want to see. I mean, it doesn't really change much in my routine in the sense that I am going to work out either way. And to be honest, it's the same either way. The only difference is that if I do it on YouTube, that I'm not blasting my tunes and listening to some good music. I don't know what you guys are listening to music-wise. I am currently, what's in my mix? Artemis, which is a cool song that I came across a while ago. It's kind of made its round on TikTok now, so I think it's kind of lost some of its shine, but a really, really good song. It really reminds me kind of you know, an 80s, 90s kind of vibe. What else do I have in that mix? I've got some Red Fang. We've got some, I'm just trying to think, Rage Against the Machine. We got, you know, some classics in there. We have some new stuff. So I don't know what you guys listen while you're working out. I thought about running it as a secondary thing, just kind of in the headphones. But again, I'm using my phone here for that, so I'm not, you know, it's kind of throwing some chaos in there. I may switch to actually running just a whole live stream, but a big part of this is within the confines of my own personal space. I can run you know, sort of these tests and see if they'll work on the outside, because I am. But I'm hooked into Wi-Fi here, and I know that the private gym that I go to, because of where it's located, it's kind of like shoddy connection. So I don't know if it's even possible to stream there. But one change this morning, we're going with this. I don't know if you can see that. It's Brust protein coffee, dark roast brew, 20 grams of protein, 100 calories, 0 grams of sugar. In the morning, every morning, I'm a creature of habit. I always have coffee. I came across these yesterday just purely out of chance. Silly little story is that our washing machine broke, so we had to go do it. So we went to Costco. If you're in North America, you'll know Costco. It's a big warehouse kind of thing. So we're looking for washers and stuff. I saw this, it was on sale. It's not what I would call cheap, but in relation to buying a cup of coffee, it's cheap. So instead of me going out and buying a cup of coffee for the next little while, I'll be drinking these instead, because my normal morning routine is cup of coffee, but I'm bad with coffee because I like to throw cream and sugar in there. So probably not the best thing. This has no cream or sugar. This is cold brew. So it's quite dark. There is not really anything in there for carbs or sugar. There's like 4 grams of carbs. So not too bad. So we're gonna try this, see if it's going. Maybe we'll stick with it. I don't know, Brust, or I'm saying it wrong. It's got the 2 dots over the U. I forget what you call those, but maybe it's Brust. I don't know, is this made in Germany? I have a strange feeling it's not. It's made in Toronto. Not Germany. Oh boy, what can I tell you, man? What can I tell you? Crazy stuff. So 20 grams of protein, 100 calories, 0 grams of sugar. There's like 330 mils. There's like a little, for lack of a better term, cardboard container, Tetra Pak. And it's grass-fed protein. So I don't know where they're getting their protein. Maybe we should read the ingredients here. And it's gluten-free. So it's 99% lactose-free. So there is some way. So main ingredients: water, protein blend. Okay, so it's a milk protein isolate, whey protein isolate, coffee extract, triple filtered water, sodium phosphate, natural flavor, gelatin gum, organic locust, bean gum. So there's a bunch of crap in there that, you know, who knows? So yeah, we're gonna try that out now. Good way to get our protein, I guess, in a sense. If this is any kind of good, if it tastes like coffee, I'm good with that, because like I said, I'm a creature of habit. I need coffee. Yeah, that's a cold brew coffee. Not too bad. It is Costco way past fast. It's definitely there. We didn't end up buying the washer at Costco. We bought it from an appliance salespeople. This is going to be, and that's another thing altogether. I just I hate the whole delivery / hurry up and wait, and we have these windows, and it just drives me nuts, man. How are you doing this morning? This, like I said, vertical feed test. This is not bad, actually. So cheaper than a cup of coffee if I buy it out. Gets the protein in there, because usually I have a protein shake after my workout. But I also need the caffeine to wake up. Usually when I do these streams, I'm already fully caffeinated, and I'm not in this case. I picked up a bunch of energy gels as well, and half of them are caffeinated, half of them are not. It's not bad. It's not bad. I think it was like, normally price is like $18 for $39. So I mean, it is $2 and whatever, 50 cents a piece, which is not cheap, but they were 30, so they were under 2. or it was under 30, so it was like for 18, so it'll be under $2 a serving, which it's not great. And I mean, given what you would have have to pay for a cup of coffee, or if you went and actually bought a cold brew in a lot of these places, they're not cheap to begin with. So I would rather have something like this. And I mean, this is palatable. Like I said, I'm kind of a cream and sugar junkie in the morning for whatever reason. I think it's just because I've always had my coffee that way in the morning. It's just like I said, I'm a creature of habit. I like dark coffee. I love black coffee, but in the morning, I don't know. It's like candy. So, yeah, I mean, if this works out and is good, it should be good because I need to get my protein levels up. The master plan with Trainer Road seems to be going okay. Granted, I've only done 2 workouts, but it's definitely there. We'll just toss this in the trash. Move this out of the way, grab a kettlebell, start doing some moving at the end of the day. Oh, there we go. We're just going to start with some swings to warm up. I like the kettlebells as kind of an alternative thing. I find you get a little bit more of a full body. And I said today's normally my 3 bigs, so it's usually squat, deadlift, bench. So I'm going to do some swings. I'm going to do what are called suitcase deadlifts, but I'm going to do single-sided. So what's going to happen is I'll be off. I've weighted one side, not on the other. Forces you to kind of stabilize yourself. So I'll do those. We'll do some, we'll do the swings. We'll do that. We'll do some goblet squats. And then that'll pretty much be, I think, it. Not a terribly massive workout by any stretch of the imagination, but at the end of the day, it's about maintenance. It's probably not a bad idea. I did VO2 max yesterday, so legs are feeling a bit of fatigue this morning anyways, so that's okay. Here we go. Now, a lot of people will do their kettlebell stuff timed. I just do sets of 10. Timing's not a bad thing, actually. You can increase your volume a lot and your fatigue just because it's based on how fast you're moving. But I have a tendency to race when I do it. So that's why I just stick to kind of the sets. That way I'm not kind of pushing myself in the red too fast. That's 3 down. We're gonna do 5. And then once we get to 5, we'll switch. We'll do 3 of the suitcase, and we'll probably do 3 to 5 of the goblets. Again, we're making do with what we have in the space currently, which is not a lot of stuff. Obviously, again, no Olympic bar, no big weights and all that kind of stuff. Even like with suitcase deadlift, I mean, for anybody that deadlifts will know that this size of kettlebell is nothing compared to what you're going to be throwing on a Olympic bar. So that's 4. Got one more. So if you are dropping in the chat, let us know how you find this feed. I'm curious where everybody's getting kind of piled in from, whether it's going to notifications of people that are already subscribed to the channel. If you're new to the channel, I'm curious where you sort of fell into this. I know that this is a vertical live stream, so I'm not sure in comparison to, for example, the other day when we were racing, which is a regular stream, how this compares kind of thing. And the other part of the testing of this is just to kind of see if we can do some real life ride stuff. But the logistics of that get a little bit more difficult when you're moving on a bike and all sorts of things. And we'll see. We will see. Anyways, back to this. There we go. That's kettlebell swings done, which is kind of a full body thing. We'll do the deadlifts, which is going to be, again, they're going to be suitcase deadlifts, where we're going to have uneven load. And that's just going to help kind of with that, that core. Like I said, the big thing I don't like currently is that I've got no mirrors. The only thing I really have to check for is the view here itself. And it's kind of small, to be honest, and it's not a great angle for me to actually watch my form, but here we go. You know, so I like to kind of position myself if I was doing a deadlift, so kind of leaning into the bar, knees hitting the inside, and then I just touch. There we go. It's odd doing them, just because you kind of get that weird imbalance from being one-sided load. And that's why you call them suitcase deadlifts, in the sense that it's like carrying a piece of, when you go on holidays, you got a suitcase and you're carrying it around. Not that most people do that anymore, they just wheel them behind. But a lot of times you're reaching, you're pulling for things. It's one-sided. It's not both. I mean, obviously, if you can grab both hands with things, but sometimes it's offloaded. All right. Here we go. There we go. I will say the one thing that I don't like about not having a mirror, especially with these, is that sometimes you have the tendency to kind of lean to get that ground touch, and you want to keep straight. You don't want to be torquing your side at the end of the day. We got one more set of those. Then we'll move on to the squat portion. And then from there, we'll probably kind of kill it at that. These workouts aren't terribly long. I probably chat way too much in them. To be honest, when I'm in the gym, it's just one. Very little rest periods in between. But at the end of the day, let's get it done. There we go. And that's 10. That's the deadlift. Definitely, like I said, there's two ways to approach it. You can do reps and sets, or you can do them timed. Depends what you want to do. Like I said, I have a tendency to probably go way too fast. I'd rather take it slow, focus on form, and get things done right. You're still going to get your workout that way, but really kind of depends on what your goals are. But kettlebells, a lot of people just do them timed, which there's no right or real wrong way to do it. So we're going to move on to goblet squats. Again, it's normally my bench squat deadlift day, but since we're stuck here in this little guy with just some dumbbells and a few kettlebells, we're going to make best do with what we have. We're not, it's not going to be a super heavy day, because ultimately that's what it ends up being on those days, is that we'll work up. Some weeks it's see what we can do and where we've made progress. A lot of times, it's a fairly heavy lift. So, so goblet squat. I'll get up here And then again, I hate not having mirrors. We just want to make sure keeping everything straight, going fairly deep. And it's a good exercise to, hey, Jimmy plays. This is my morning workout. This is just, we're not going into the private gym, so we're just doing what I do on a normal basis. We're testing the vertical streaming on YouTube. And clearly this is just what we do off the bike to remain as fit as we can on the bike, given that I'm just an old man at the end of the day. So, how are you doing this morning, Jimmy? Appreciate you dropping in and at least checking things out. We're just keeping things simple. We're doing kettlebells. Tried a new protein this morning. You can see that at the beginning of the video. And moving things forward. So, like I said, normally a heavy day with the Olympic bar for me, but today we get to keep it light and do kettlebells. So I like to just kind of set the feet, shuffle up, catch the bell, keep it nice and tight, closed tight, elbows in. Like I said, get that full range of motion if I can. And there we go. I tell you, you think when you're not doing an Olympic bar that it would feel way lighter, because that's not a ton of weight. That's what is that? 16 kilograms, 35 pounds. Like, it's not a lot of weight, but you can still feel it. You can still feel it. Name a car for an edit. I don't know. Always liked Subaru Imprezas. If that's, or, you know, Mazda RX-7. That was another one. I had an RX-7 when I was a kid. Great car. Loved that car. Loved it to death. Basically, I think I bought that thing in 1986, I want to say. I bought it brand new, and I drove that thing. I put like 389,000 kilometers on that car before it blew up. Lasted a long time. Lasted a long time. So, anyways, appreciate you dropping in. Hopefully the audio is good. Like I said, we've been trying out the Rode Wireless directly to the phone. Hopefully it's coming through clear, because first day, which was like 2 days ago, where we were experimenting with this kind of setup, we just went with a straight phone. It didn't work very good. In that time, we added one thing kind of every day. First day, we just did it like straight out the camera. Then we added the audio the day two. Now we got lights, because it looked terrible in here. Because I don't use this portion of the studio at all. All the YouTube stuff is, you know, like the workbench and the race setup is over there. So it's completely different. Awesome, thanks. Appreciate that. James, thanks for the feedback. I'm glad the audio is good, because I'll say this: if you are making videos, people will tolerate some issues with video where it's not necessarily the nicest looking in the world, although you want to work on that too. But what people can't stand is absolutely terrible audio. if you got like massive wind noise or crackling or all sorts of stuff, people are not gonna appreciate it. There we go. Whew. Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate that. So, again, you can do variations if you're so inclined. You can make it like a plosive motion where you actually get some elevation on the return, where you can accelerate out and kind of launch yourself. You can definitely do that, you know, for an added degree of difficulty, 100%. I'm not worried about giving my legs a massive workout. Like I said, we're just kind of making sure that we're going through stuff, keeping, you know, range of motion and, you know, sort of general fitness going, because like yesterday, VO2 max on the bike. So I already have a burn in the legs from that. You know, it was an hour session, basically doing 125 to 150% of FTP. So, you know, I don't really have to crush my legs because in theory, like I said, today is actually a recovery day, even though I'm in the gym. So appreciate that. So we got 2 more sets to go. All right. So you can just plosive up like that if you want to, but I'm not doing that because, like I said, and if you're just starting out and new to this, use whatever you have. I mean, really, I don't have much stuff here. I've got dumbbells up to 30, which is pretty light. I've got a variant set for 55s. And then I've got 3 kettlebells, and that's it. And that's really all you need at the end of the day. I don't know if I'd be a good personal trainer. I'm not, that is not my forte. Long time ago, I used to coach boxing and kickboxing. And I did that for years and years and years. And I fought professionally until I was 32 and then retired. So I've been retired for well over, 24 years for, 23 years for basically fighting. And I've retired from coaching probably, I want to say, it's probably been about 15 years now. So at the end of the day, you know, you just kind of do what you do. You do wrestling? Oh, nice. High school wrestling. I used to do, I did wrestling in high school. But my primary focus was, I was actually a judoka. I mean, it's, wrestling is a good sport. I mean, it's, obviously if you're wrestling, you got coaches. Just listen to coach. Coach knows best. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, if you're in any kind of program, they're going to keep you busy anyways. So it's do what your coaches want you to do. Show up for practice. Work hard during that time, and always be listening and learning. And when you're practicing, practice with the best people that you've got. Because at the end of the day, like if you train with somebody that's better than you, it's only going to make you better. you know, it's that's how it goes. When I was young, like I said, I did judo, and I trained a good amount of time with a guy called Jim Dusang. And Jim was on the Olympic team for Seoul, Korea. Really great guy, and just, you know, a phenomenal judoka, because even though I was much younger than he was and way less experienced, and but I was at that time very strong, fit, young, and what I lacked in skill I made up for in tenacity and a willingness to work, that I was his training partner for a very long time. And Jim would just beat the living hell out of me every day, just beat me up. I'd lose every day, smash the crap out of me. And every once in a while I would get him, once in a blue moon, and then he would beat me even more, because I think it was like he just, you know, didn't like when that happened. But it made me a better fighter at the end of the day. So, you know, unfortunately for me, being in the same weight class as Jim, and not being in judo that whole time, when I went to university, I had to kind of ease off from my studies a bit and stuff. So, you know, I never had, you know, I would have loved to have made the Olympics, but when you've got somebody like Jim Dusang, who's there and who's a phenomenal athlete, and, you know, has been on the Olympic team and national champ and all these things, and won technical judo awards and stuff like that, you're not going to beat that. But at the end of the day, I'm eternally grateful for everything that I learned from that man. Just made me a better athlete at the end of the day. There we go. That's 10. That is 10. And that is enough of that. I appreciate that, James. But that's it. That's it for the stream here. That's it. Quick sets, quick kettlebell stuff. Nothing spectacular. Just working hard. Again, if you watch this on replay, let me know in the comments how you found it, all that kind of stuff, what you thought of everything. I don't know if it's something I'll continue or not. That's entirely up to you guys. If I get the feedback that you enjoy these kind of things, I will definitely make it a regular routine, because this is my regular routine. It's not like it's not something that I don't do every day. You know, just the streaming part of it's the thing that I don't necessarily do every day up until this week. So again, we're going to continue testing. So you may see some format changes, in the sense that we may try some other things. We might switch away from the phone and go to something like OBS, so we can add some of the bells and whistles that we have on other things, such as, you know, the trigger fires. I don't even know if trigger fire stuff works on this. Whether if somebody knew the trigger fires from the racing streams, whether they won't activate on this, because obviously I'm not running it through OBS, but I'm curious if the bot understands what's going on. Actually, I'm going to try that right now. So you guys are going to get a weird angle right now, because I need to pick up the phone and try this out. And can I even chat? I can't chat. Okay, so I can't do that. Well, there you go. Typically, if you put exclamation points, the bot will tell me how many points you have for watching. On my live streams, typically we have the bot in there. It will give you points. You can redeem those for redeemables in stream. It's obviously not going to work in the vertical right now, but you know, maybe it does. I don't have any way to test it either, because that's my only phone. So anyways, guys, throw us a like. Appreciate it. We're going to sign off. Like I said, protein, pretty good. I enjoyed it. Catch you all later.